Tonight's show is sponsored by Queen Bee Cleaning Company. Queen Bee Cleaning Company services Wayne County and the surrounding areas within a 1-hour radius. Their services include residential cleaning, commercial cleanings, post-construction cleanups, move-ins and move-outs. Yes, they do the packing and cleaning for you. Real estate cleanings, deep cleans, event cleanups, window cleaning, interior, exterior, and screens, junk removal, and boat detailing. Yes, you heard that right, boat detailing. You can hire them weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, one-time jobs as needed. It doesn't matter. They offer all natural cleaning options as well using chemical-safe products. All estimates are free. When you need to find a cleaning company, think Queen Bee, because when your environment is clean, you feel happy, motivated, and healthy. To contact them for all of your cleaning needs, call 570-229-3959 or email them at qbcleaningcompany@gmail.com.
All right, y'all. It's the Nonsense and Deep Thoughts podcast. Y'all got to make some noise for your hosts, Corey and Justin. And let's not forget the man with the plan that keeps things spick and span. Your producer in the back, Jared.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another fantastic episode of Nonsense and Deep Thoughts. I'm so happy that you're here joining us. I can't wait to see more of y'all roll in, make some more friends, have some more fun. Got a couple of cool topics tonight. Justin, the fuck's been up, man? How you doing?
Tired, man. Work's been
tired?
Crazy.
Feeling like an old man now or what? Age catching up?
So the other day I didn't know it was supposed to rain. It was Friday night and get cold again. Middle of the night at work, my whole fucking right leg just starts killing me. My knees, my ankle. I'm like, the fuck? Go up front for break. I hear the rain. I walk outside. I'm like, yep, I'm getting old.
You can feel it in your knees now.
Oh, dude.
How is that? Is that something that they do for like you know, they say that you could feel it in your knees if you've had like knee surgery or you had like a hip surgery or something, or is it just because you're old and you can feel it in your joints now?
Well, I've fucked my joints up throughout the years, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
They're
lots
fucked.
of years of catching for baseball when you were younger didn't help. That always destroys the knees.
Football on top of that.
Yeah, you
Back
ain't kidding,
when
man.
hitting the knees was what you were supposed to do.
Yeah. So I have a couple of things that I saw recently that I think would be interesting to hit on tonight. And I don't know if you saw what I posted into our chat or not, but I saw, who was it? Someone got their home raided. Someone got their home raided. Who the fuck was it? Was it Sean? No, it wasn't Sean Combs. What the hell was his name?
Puff Daddy, Diddy.
Oh, it was Diddy. It was Diddy that got it. You could stay on, Aaron. It's okay. You're totally allowed to stay on. But yeah, so apparently last year he was like denying allegations of like a sexual assault or something. And now Homeland Security raided his home. So,
I didn't see this.
Homeland Security. Jared, do you have the video on that or anything from that? Okay, Aaron's got some down low because I saw it and I wanted to talk about it, see if anyone had any other information because I only saw a quick blip.
There was some allegations about a year ago that there was some sexual inappropriate things going on in his home.
In his home.
In his house. So, and other places. So they went and they got a search warrant to raid the house. I don't know anything else that's going on with it, but this all just came up.
So how is it that Homeland Security gets involved? Something like this.
It spreads across the United States. People don't realize if your crime crosses state lines, it's not a federal offense.
But Homeland Security before CIA, FBI, all that?
Depends on what transpired. If it's computers, if it's stuff that's done online, there's all kinds of different variables that can go into it. So, but we'll just say you steal a car in Pennsylvania and drive it across Ohio and into Indiana. You're now federal crime because you're crossing state lines, committing the same crime.
Yeah, I guess I never realized what different agencies actually do. Like, there's all these different. I was gonna call them Alphabet
I'm with
Mafia, but
you,
that's been
Corey.
hijacked. Like, I don't get
The
it.
Homeland Security thing is throwing me off.
Like,
Usually
it
that would
makes
be like an FBI thing.
it makes me
Homeland
feel like it's
Security,
something deeper.
it's they're like kind of a coverall though. Like they kind of do
Are they?
everything. If it's a security threat, you're thinking like national security stuff. That's where everybody thinks Homeland Security.
Yeah.
It's automatically a national security threat. Not
I would
necessarily.
think international would have to be involved for them to get involved, though.
That would be Interpol. That's like
Oh.
immigration and things like that. That's different crimes that cross the country and the state lines. But
Let's say
Homeland
he's
Security kind of does a
smuggling-
lot of stuff.
Making shit up here, smuggling kids from fucking Japan.
And we also have a Department of Homeland Security for our state.
Yeah,
people realize that too.
that's interesting.
Yep.
No, and we know about all these different agencies, but I don't think the average citizen knows how many there are or what they're able to do within that agency. That's why it's a little bit different to me. Like Homeland Security, you think Homeland Security is going to deal with like terrorist organizations and terroristic threats to our country itself. You don't really think Homeland Security is going to cover something like abuse in a home.
They
You
don't
never
want us
know
to
though.
what they cover.
So I'll break this down the best way that I know how. My job is a municipal police officer. We handle our own investigations. We handle our own detective work per se. We do our own fingerprinting. We do all that stuff. You move up the ranks to the state police. They have their own forensic unit, and it's all based on funding. They have, like, if there's a car crash, they have their own R&I investigation unit that comes out and reconstructs the accident. So it's as you move up the echelon, there's more agencies and more resources available for you. So they can Homeland Security kind of covers everything. ATF is obviously the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Division. DEA is Drug Enforcement Administration. There's so many different agencies
How do those three get lumped together?
I
ATF. How do you lump those three together?
Someone was bored way back when and said, well, we need somebody to cover this, so here's the agency that's going to do it. So I don't know how that breaks down. That'd be some good talking points to go on to that, but if I did some research on where they all came from. But so Homeland Security is just kind of everywhere. They kind of cover everything on their own. Like if somebody's too busy and tied up, they'll do it. So it's kind of like what I do. If someone's tied up in my department, I'll take care of this, you take care of that. It's the best way I can really explain it. It's a convoluted process. We run into all kinds of problems, like where's the jurisdictional line? And we have conversations every day with different jurisdictions. Well, that's not my problem. The theft occurred in your jurisdiction, but the victim's in mine. So who handles the case? You kind of have to commingle and work with all these different administrations and agencies. So it's really confusing, and I'm probably confusing the shit out of people trying to explain this right now. I understand how it works because I've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
But there's just so many different ways to go and slice the pie and deal with it.
Listen, man, I think that everyone would benefit from learning a little bit more about our government agencies and what each one is able to do, what they're supposed to do, how many there actually are, because I think there's a lot more than we actually know.
I want you to have a conversation with your dad the next time you talk to him. And Don, if you're listening, please feel free to say, yes, I'm right with this. How many people you're going to run into? That's not my job. That's what you're going to hear from most people. Where there's other guys like myself, like, I'll help. What do we got to do? Let's go.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he's heard that a few times. I've heard it more times than I can remember.
Yeah.
Would you like to know more?
It's everywhere.
ATF started due to taxation. Yeah, dude, that's another thing. Taxes. I'm getting a little mad with tax season here myself, aside from being taxed out the ass in general. If you guys listened to the episode with our neighbor from the Great White North, Jacob, 2 weeks ago, like they're even worse. Like you think our taxes are bad, Canada's even worse. Depending on your tax bracket, you could be taxed up to 70% of your income, which is absolutely wild to me.
Yeah, we think we
That's
have
like
it bad
living
here.
in California.
Yeah. Yeah. Joe said that if you buy cigarettes from Russia, Homeland Security will come. Like when the Cuban cigars used to be illegal, kind of like that deal.
Those Cuban cigars are amazing.
I bet they are.
Love them.
People hate the government. They don't want to learn about it. But, I would think that if you hated the government, you'd want to learn a little bit more about it. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Well,
I want to learn a little bit
Yeah,
because... Go ahead.
Most people I know that hate the government are the most educated people on the government.
Right, because they know what the government is doing, what they're supposed to do, what they're not supposed to do. And yeah, I don't know, man. Like with all this shit going on now down in Texas, I don't know, man. They're trying to protect their borders and they're trying to do their own thing down there. That's the state's border, but it's also the nation's border. So now the national government's trying to, kind of beat their chest and say, you can't do this. We are the authority figure. We are in charge of this entire country. You cannot supersede us. We make the last call. So there's that going back and forth now too. And I'm curious as to who's going to be in the right, because it's going through the courts now too, as to who's allowed to do what. Like, is the state allowed to protect itself?
the courts are just
Yes.
as messed up as everything else.
This is true too. And this is why I say, man, the elite are the ones that really run this country and every other country out there. It's all about wealth at the end of the day. And the whole power struggle thing, I'll never understand wanting so much power that you're going to push down the people that live inside of your country. I'll never understand that. I just don't get it. I just want
Corey, you need to read the book 1984.
Yeah, you told me that before. I should do that. You know what? I'm surprised I haven't read it earlier in life, to be honest with you. I need to read more books. My wife's going to love hearing me say that. I do need to read more books. But life is busy
Even
and I don't
listen
always
to.
have the time for it.
Audiobooks
Listen
are the
to
way
it.
to go.
That's what Justin does.
That's how I read it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You want a
Popped them in at
bookworm.
work and
That chick right there is a bookworm.
She'd get
Christine
along
reads.
great with my wife then. Christine, that woman right there in chat, Alexandria, that is my wife. You would get along really well with her. I keep telling my wife she should start her book club back up again. She used to have a little book club on Facebook, and I think that she can do a little podcast about it. Have all the bookworms join her for her little book club. I think that would be great for her.
There was 3 people at my old job that I've never seen read as much in my life. There was 3 of them. Amanda, Cassie, and Christine are always with a book. And I'm like Johnny, I'm too lazy to read. I'll listen to it while I'm driving, but I can't physically read a book.
Yeah. See,
I get tired too fast.
Yeah.
well, my thing is if I'm sitting down to read, I'm like, I have time to do something else. I could be doing something else right now. I find other things more important. And honestly, I really should put my brain to work again and start reading a little bit more and start learning a little bit more. It might help for the podcast too. I might have a couple more things to talk about. So it could be good. Might be a nice thing.
See, the good thing with the audiobooks, though, is if you get distracted, you can rewind
Yeah, that's true.
back to the last place you remember, and you'll listen to it again, and you'll be like, all right, yeah, I did hear it. I just didn't.
This is such
Absorb
an
it.
awesome segue.
For those who are reading, man, how often do you reread the same page over and over again? You ever done that? You guys are just kind of staring at me. Nobody in chat saying anything. But yeah, like I can't tell you how many times I have, not even just the same page. I've reread the same sentence or paragraph over and over again countless times. I don't know if that's an ADD thing. Like my attention cannot be held. I don't know. I have trouble with it.
If I'm reading something, that means I'm really interested in it and I won't veer off the course. So I'll read sports books or sports autobiographies and the stories of these sports teams or whatever.
Yeah.
I won't veer off course. I know when to put it down. I won't miss anything. It's weird, but when I'm reading, I'm focused on that.
Yeah. Johnny, that's awesome that your kid is a bookworm. That's awesome. John says depends if I'm dude, Justin, Joe is like your spirit animal.
Those 2 would get along just fine.
No, you ain't kidding, man. Otani should have read a book for you to read soon, or should have a book for me to read soon. Okay.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Did you watch the press conference?
I did not see the conference. No.
No.
He gave
But-
a statement today.
I bet he did with his
What's
new
the
interpreter.
bullshit?
I'm assuming.
Yeah. It's a bunch of bullshit.
I've already seen at least one game linked to a massive bet that he threw.
Yes, he gave up 2 home runs.
Really? I
Mhm.
thought
5
he
innings
was,
pitched, 5 earned runs.
Yep.
They lost the game. It was a $4.8 million bet.
Yep.
Now I had heard that he didn't bet on baseball.
Oh, okay, just like Pete Rose, right? He didn't bet on his team.
The fact that he's not suspended indefinitely right now until an investigation is done is a fucking mark on
Yeah.
Manfred,
Well,
right? Is
it's
that his name?
because yeah,
yes,
because they pushed him so hard. He's the sweetheart of baseball right now, man.
Right, but his stance on Pete Rose, you're not doing something right now. This is
Yeah.
a black mark on you.
Well, didn't you say, Aaron, that Pete Rose came out? No, someone said yesterday when we were discussing it that
it's
Pete
me,
Rose came
Pete
out with
Rose.
something immediately.
he applied for reinstatement as soon as
Yeah.
this news broke.
Crazy.
I still think this has got to do with his deferment of his salary. I will take that to my grave. I really think that's why he's only getting paid $2 million a season in case he's suspended. The rest of that money's guaranteed. They can't touch it.
Yeah.
Smart move.
It's a good thought. I mean, you might be right, but what kills me is that you would feel the need to throw games and bet against your own team and try to make a little bit of extra money that way when you're already going to be one of the highest paid players in all of baseball.
Dude,
How do you do that?
look at Bezos, Amazon. He keeps expanding.
Yeah.
You make money. They love their money coming in. So, I don't know.
The feds have started to investigate Resort World in Vegas, saying there's a link between the bookie and Resorts World. Huh.
This is all going to come out in the laundry. If I don't care if MLB tries
that's
to cover it
cool.
up,
They need to
there's
figure
no
that
way.
out. But something needs to be done right now with Ohtani.
Yeah, he should be
Like what
suspended.
happens down the road happens
Yeah.
down the road. But right now, baseball needs to get Ohtani out of the game.
Yeah.
If he is suspended for any reason, it's going to be after the first couple of games in Dodger Stadium. It's opening day. They've got all the Japanese media that's going to be there. This is a big popular circumstance, and I disagree with it wholeheartedly.
Then Manfred needs to resign.
Yep,
Money
it's-
man.
He
Corey's
needs to
doing it.
resign.
It's
all
money.
about the money.
That's all it is. It might not be up to
Everything.
Manfred. It might be up to the feds. The feds might have taken over and said, "Hey, you got to hold off before you make any judgments." Who knows?
Hey, listen, I'm not surprised if
They can't
the
stop
feds,
baseball from suspending him.
I wouldn't be surprised if the feds get involved in sports the same way they get involved in films. Have you ever heard anything about that? About how
No.
the CIA has a
No.
budget? The CIA has a budget for Hollywood, for filmmaking.
Wow.
The CIA has helped with many, many films. A lot of them are war films. If you look it up, I'm sure Jared can look it up, and he's probably already doing it right now. But the CIA has funded, the Pentagon has funded many different films in Hollywood.
Wow.
And if you think that it's not because of propaganda, you're crazy. Like, it makes you really start to think about the history of our country and our world. Like, what is it that they're hiding from us? Because they always make us look like good guys. And I'd love to believe that we're always good guys. Our country is great. It's amazing. We can do what we want for the most part. We've got the most freedom out of any country in this entire world. It's fantastic. But you know damn well they're feeding us some propaganda here and there.
I
So
wanna
from
make
our
us look-
resident better down there, Tommy.
I want to hit on
No
his
one's
comment.
getting a $4.5 million line of credit until you're worth at least $24 million.
Yeah.
Correct. What bookie is going to let you say, "I'm Shohei Ohtani's interpreter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good for this money. I make $100,000 a year, whatever he gets paid." There's no way. There's just too many what ifs.
Uh-huh. Crazy. It's crazy.
But anyway,
But I digress. Now,
Sorry,
so
I didn't want to go sports, but that's
I
a
think
big story.
yeah, and that's fine. And I think it's interesting, and I also think it's interesting that the Pentagon funds films in Hollywood, and I also think it's interesting that police officers have recently picked up a man that was eating a severed limb. In where the hell was this, Jared? Was this California?
Yeah.
It was either California or Florida. You knew it was one or the other. But yeah, so Jared has a little
I haven't
video.
heard this either.
I just found this on TMZ like an hour ago. I was like, let's talk about this shit. Just like, remember the bath salt incident? Remember the bath salt thing years and years ago where people were like zombified and they were like eating people's faces off and shit? I don't know what the story is with this person, but that's crazy, man. Just none.
It's hungry.
I mean,
Who the fuck's he talking to?
You know who he's about to talk to.
Yeah. I like that they blur out the severed limb. It's an leg, arm. I don't remember.
It's a leg.
Leg. Yeah. Ooh.
I personally would have loved to have gotten called to that.
You like
Is
the
that-
crazy shit, Aaron.
I
is
do,
it
and I would have a
confirmed
ball
that it
with
was
that.
a human limb?
Yes.
It's a human leg.
Human
Oh,
leg.
boy.
I would-
Yeah.
And it's not so much going to the call. The sick, twisted part of me wants to know, how am I going to catalog and bag this and preserve it in the evidence room without it smelling? I don't have a refrigerator big enough for that.
You're going to have to take it to the morgue and keep it there, baby.
Christine, I don't
Oh
know
my
where the limb came from, but I would love to. I'm going to read more into this, but I
The
would
way he
love-
acted, like if he thought he was doing something wrong, don't you think he would have taken off? He was just
Yeah.
kind of like,
no, he
Dun,
was
dun,
on.
dun,
He's
oh,
on
shit.
something.
Drugs are bad.
He's on-
Okay.
fucking
Don't do
Christ.
drugs, people. I mean, they'll kill you, but you could also eat a severed limb. And then you got to
thought-
sit with that forever.
Imagine taking that to court and throwing that in front of the magistrate on the desk. I would just
Here.
be like, Your Honor, I'd like to enter this as the evidence. This is Exhibit A, someone's leg.
Just plop it up there. Good Lord.
Transport that to the courthouse. Oh, that thing would ride in the patrol car with me for hours.
You know, if that leg had a
Your
tattoo
car would
on it,
stink.
Now
that
get a
guy
Ziploc bag.
couldn't have enjoyed it if it had a tattoo on it. Right, Justin?
Does
Isn't
ink
that
taste
what what's
weird?
his name said?
Ink tastes different?
Who?
That serial killer, you know, that famous
Jeffrey
one?
Dahmer?
Yeah. He said
He
doesn't
might
eat
have said
people with
that, but that
tattooed
might have
skin.
just no. That's
Wait.
because he was picky and out there.
Tattooed skin
Weird.
tastes different?
I mean, yeah, it's ink.
Ink
Johnny said
doesn't
if
taste good. I can confirm that.
I'm
They
really
tried eating me, they'd have a full holiday meal. Johnny, the fuck. Shit you can't make up. You aren't kidding. Good Lord, man. I don't know. I'm glad Jared's on top of everything though, because I'm so curious about the CIA being involved in film. Well, okay, so he put before we take that piece of information, he did give us this too. A tragic train accident in Wasco, California took a sickening twist after a man was arrested for consuming the severed leg of a pedestrian who was struck by the train. So he didn't chop off the leg. He just found it after they got hit by the train and decided he was going to eat it.
Aaron, what's illegal about that?
I mean, you're technically tampering with evidence from a crime scene.
Well,
Okay.
And it could be
he's not
considered
he's not going to be locked up for long then.
no, it could be abusive corpse because it's part of a body. My thing is, it kind of goes along with the restaurant we used to have in town. You called the Trackside Grill. I mean, I don't know.
Good God. So just a real quick tidbit about the CIA being involved in Hollywood. Jared did find some information for us. A year after the CIA was formed, the Pentagon established the position of an entertainment liaison officer. The CIA already had similar departments in operation. Since 1947, they have assisted and funded the production of 60 film and television shows.
Okay, so I just read Jared's comment about the leg. He was arrested for stealing evidence from an accident scene. So there.
You know your stuff.
Okay.
You know laws and shit. That's good.
So
You should be a cop.
now I feel bad for the guy. He's probably homeless. He was probably starving.
Bro,
Well,
I don't
you
care
didn't
how
have to go to a
fucking
dumpster.
hungry I am. I'm not eating a leg of a person.
Not even if you're like in a plane crash on a mountain and there's like 5 of you that survived.
This is not the Donner Party. You can find something within the next 5 minutes of walking somewhere. Eat some berries, whatever.
Yeah,
No.
dude. I don't know if I could ever get to that point. I mean, I know, you know,
I'm just gonna play
You-
devil's advocate here.
you would do it if we were in a plane crash. The three of us, we're in a plane crash
Whoa.
on a mountain,
Listen, I'm fat.
and we were starving. If one of us died, you would eat us.
You can't eat
I'd
me.
make sure you were charred and burnt pretty crisply.
Actually, you can't eat us. We all have tattoos. We're not tasty.
This is true. You're not gonna like my tainted meat.
Tattoos are only fat deep.
Only my wife likes my tainted meat.
What do you mean by that?
I honestly don't think even I know
Damn.
I couldn't in like good mind and spirit eat you guys.
I couldn't do it either. Find
know,
a river and go fishing. There
Looks
you go.
like I'm surviving, guys.
Just fucking
Justin's
eat
gonna,
bugs.
Justin's
eat
gonna
ants.
sit there and make hooch out of shit from this fucking wilderness and be chawing us over a fucking bonfire.
No, I'll be lighting every plant there to see what happens.
He'd be smoking poison ivy.
Christine, I definitely couldn't do it. I definitely couldn't. On
Again.
Nope.
I'd
Not for me.
I'd live a long, full life if I could learn how to store the meat.
I've recently figured out how to store the meat, Justin. I'm doing a pretty good job of it.
I fucking can't deal with you two.
Anywho,
Yeah,
moving
next
right
subject,
along.
subject, please.
It's hard to swallow, yeah? Okay.
Oh, no, I said that was so hard to swallow. I took a
Oh.
sip of my drink,
That's
and then
not
you
what
said that,
you're
and I was
about.
like, I knew
Corey.
where it was going.
Corey, I'm with you on that one.
Thank you. I appreciate you a lot. Oh my God. Shit. So yeah. We have some events coming up, guys. While there's a lull in the action and we're going to transition into something else, we do have our very first NDT night out coming up at the end of April. We're going to be going out to Valley Lanes in Carbondale on April 26th. We're changing the time. We haven't changed it online yet. It is pinned to our page. We're changing the time to 7 p.m. so that it's a little more family friendly, so that you guys can bring your kids out with you and hang out with us, have a good time. It's $14 a person. You get to bowl for 2 hours, and you get a pizza, and you get soda, and the shoe rentals are included in that price too, I do believe. So if you want to come hang out with us and bowl a couple of games and have a good time, make sure you hit up the post that is over on our Facebook page, pinned to the top. Comment under there. Let us know so that we can reserve the proper amount of lanes to hang out with you guys on that night. Aside from that, we do have another sponsor that we want to shout out, so that, as Aaron likes to put it, so we can pay some bills. So, Jared, if you will, please. This show is sponsored by the Trendy Forbes Graphic Apparel and more. The Trendy Forbes sells graphic t-shirts, tumblers, and infant apparel. They're a family-operated small business located in Palm Coast, Florida. They ship worldwide. Follow the Trendy Forbes on Facebook and ask how you can host your very own t-shirt party. By hosting your own party, you have the opportunity to earn free gifts. They have designs for everyone. I can personally attest to the quality of the shirts, as they are super cozy. And Jen is more than happy to work with you on new designs. And be sure to check out thetrendyforbes.com. The website is being updated weekly. When you need some new shirts or a gift for a loved one, think The Trendy Forbes. The shirts are super cozy. And guys, she has so many different images. If you host your own t-shirt party, you can earn free gear. So the more shit that sells in your party, the more that you can reel in for yourself. Just ask her if you have a design that you'd like to see put onto a shirt. I'm sure she'll work with you. So Jen is awesome. I know where your bowling ball and shoes are. You don't have to worry about that. I got you covered. So moving on.
You when you said worldwide in that, all I could think of was Step Brothers.
Prestige, worldwide.
Jared and I were just going over these
Christine.
orders. They're shipping fast, dude.
Yeah, 1 week for a contest winner. Got her sweatshirt already.
So I can't take all the credit. So if you guys thank Sarah there in chat, my wife, she helped me put together the shop. So she's the one behind doing all the shop stuff. I do the website. She's been updating the products and stuff for the shop. So we're putting more products and stuff out. So go take a look at ndtpodcast.com and go take a look at the shop. We're getting a lot of good reviews on the products itself.
Yes.
And and the shipping time is great.
Yeah. Quality is really nice, man. It's doing really well. I'm very pleased with everything with the shop so far. So I hope it continues to be good. And guys, listen, everything that we get through the shop, we don't really get anything to put into our pockets. I mean, we have expenses for this. It is a hobby, and it has been an expensive hobby for us. I'm sure our significant others are ready to kill us. So everything that we make goes right back into the show. We've got our monthly expenses, so everything that we earn goes back towards that, and it will help us get some new equipment to put out better content for you all. So with that being said, this is something that we're trying to do to kind of build a community around. Man, this is a different form of media for us, and I just really enjoy how it is we're doing this. What are you laughing about now? I try to be serious, and there's Aaron down there laughing. I can't get through it.
I know what you're doing, and I love it. That's why I'm trying not to laugh too hard.
So we really enjoy what we do. We love the podcasting. We love the banter back and forth. We also love to get you guys involved. We love to make you feel like you're a part of it, because that's what we want. We're just a couple of regular guys, a couple of dads who like to bullshit, have a good time. And I know there's a lot of people out there that you're social butterflies to an extent. Like sometimes when you go out into the real world, you're it's too fucking people-y out here today. So you want to do something, but you don't want to do something. So when you want to do something, come find us. That's what we're here for, to help you do something, right? Fuck Netflix, fuck Hulu, all that shit. You can't interact with that. You can interact here, have a good time with us. So that's what we're really trying to do here. Have a good time and, involve you guys. So on that topic.
You know what's funny, Corey?
Yeah.
As the years have gone by, you've gotten more people-y. I've gotten less people-y.
That's weird.
You guys have done a 180.
That's
weird.
You
switched places.
And I honestly don't mind it. I love
What's
not
up,
being
Nick?
people-y anymore.
I love being out there. I love talking to people. I love having a good time. But yeah, with all that said, man, I don't know if y'all saw my video earlier today, like a few hours ago, kind of letting y'all know what I wanted to get into tonight. But I kind of want to talk about different forms of media. I kind of want to get into that a little bit. I can't now. I'm going to try to be.
Let's start a war.
Nice. I'm going to try to be nice, because I don't have a vendetta against anybody. It's just shit that I saw makes me think a lot, and sometimes I overthink. But yeah, so I kind of want to compare radio, FM radio, to podcasting and the different forms of media, because I saw a radio station, radio company, make a comparison that, radio is still king. People prefer FM radio to podcasts on Spotify and Apple.
Allegedly.
Is that why people have Sirius?
Allegedly. Yes. So my first gripe with that, we'll start there.
Pretty sure satellite's king, because you can get both there.
So before you get going, I did this on purpose this morning, and Corey and I had this chat yesterday.
He gave me time to think.
So I found a article, I'm trying to be vague, about that person saying that Corey told that, Corey heard that FM radio was still the king. But then there's this writing that's out there that turns around and says, we're opening a facility. We're really excited. We're doing this for podcasters and the like. And because this is the new world it's transitioning into. And I'm like, haha. I screenshotted it and I sent it to him this morning. I was going to wait till you guys got on here and drop it up as a banner just to get him riled up. But I knew he was going to lose his shit. So continue on.
Would you like to know more?
I'm just going to mute and listen.
So there's a part of me, Aaron, that really wished that you would have waited for tonight, because if you did, the reaction you would have gotten and that these people would have gotten would have been a lot better, but I've had time to think about it and think better of it. Now, let me start by saying I have nothing against FM radio. I don't have anything against any of the stations that are local to us. Nothing wrong with them. And in fact, I have reached out to a host of a local station to try to get them on the show. Now, without getting too much into it, I was told, I don't have the right equipment to join you right now. So, maybe at a later date. This was after the second time I talked to them. So flash forward just a little bit. We're going to move forward a little bit now. So now I see all this. Okay. A few days or weeks, my sense of time is all screwed up now. After said conversation, I see posts from a certain radio station that is saying exactly what I said before. It said that, FM radio is king and people prefer it to podcasts. Now, as I started before, my first gripe. When you're comparing FM radio, which is majority musicians and music, to podcasting, which is talk shows, you're comparing apples to broccoli. It ain't even apples to oranges. You're comparing apples to broccoli. You cannot compare the two because people are playing music all the time. Music is just a way of life. There are people who enjoy podcasts, just the audio form, and they enjoy listening to that on their commute. But for the most part, people hop in a vehicle, go to work, and they listen to music on the radio. So that's my first gripe, is you cannot compare the two things. Am I wrong? Am I wrong in saying you cannot compare FM radio to podcasts?
Absolutely not. They're two totally different things.
The only thing you can compare FM radio to, aside from satellite radio, is streaming services. Spotify, Apple Music, whatever the hell else there is. And I guarantee you, they get run over.
Yeah. So Jared did a little work for me pre-show too. So this stat that they had put up, first off, I don't know where they got that chart from that they showed. Again, I'm not calling out any specific station. I just saw it from a radio station. Okay. And it showed like 90% viewership for FM radio, and it showed like 20% for podcasts. Jared, could you please present to us what it is that you found and had showed me before the show started?
Yeah. So explaining the graph, let me blow this up before I share it. So AM FM is what they call terrestrial radio. They're from 2010, they were at 92%. In 2022, their listening is now at 82%. So they dropped. And if you look at podcast listenership from 2006, so let's go to 2010. Let's compare 23%. It is on the rise, and it is 2023 showing 64%, and it's growing. Now, podcast radio shows like NPR, national news, stuff like that is on the decline. So people really don't want to hear radio on a podcast. Now, you can look at the numbers here and see that people who listen to their audio online has been going up significantly. So 2010, 27%, 2003, it's up to 75%.
So my question is there a specific amount of time that's required to be in that 92%? And this is why I'm asking this. Local FM radio, the only time I will listen to it is if there's something going on that I want to know about, and I know the news is at the top of the hour. So I can change the radio station 12, 1, 2, 4, 5 p.m. on this cruise. I'll get the local news and I'll shut it off in 5 minutes. I'm not going to sit and listen to the same songs because they have their format they have to follow. I know that. I'll turn back on my Spotify. What's the listening time? That's what I would like to know. I mean, we don't have to do that now, but that's just my question.
See, there's my other thing about FM radio. Now, and again, I'm not saying don't listen to your local radio stations and support them. I think you should. I think that's a good idea. But they are handcuffed by the FCC. You cannot compare FM radio to podcasts. We are a completely different beast. Completely different. Now, I think that if you want to compare,
what the fuck we want.
yes, we can. And if you want to compare podcasting to anything else, a podcast to anything else, radio wise. I'd say it's more of a comparison to AM radio, because when you listen to AM radio, that's mostly talk shows and shit. So that's more of a comparison. And I think if you find stats that are specifically for AM radio, you're going to find that podcasts absolutely destroy them. I would feel like it absolutely destroys it.
How many AM radio stations or AM radio shows have also transferred into FM frequencies? Because if you remember correctly, way back in the day, like when you wanted to listen to sports radio, it was 880 AM. So now ESPN has an FM station.
Yes.
That's talk radio. So technically you're still listening to FM radio, but not the same style that everybody's referring to or is used to.
Yep.
Can we just get to the point that I know probably bothers Corey the most?
Go ahead.
You tell me.
It feels like said company took this idea.
So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm going with it. In a sense, not exactly. Maybe I'm just, you know what?
No,
and
exactly, because that's what happened. They never had this fucking idea.
I might be thinking too highly of ourselves. First off, I mean, I know we've been doing a great job. I know we've been growing listeners, and I know that these people have been amazing to us and for us. But it was weird to see the transition from radio is king to now this post that I had seen, this thing that I had seen is this company is opening up its own private studio to support local content creators and podcasters and video podcasters specifically,
because they see that podcasts are on the rise and their markets desaturating, so they're trying to get that market there. And if they can exploit the use of their equipment, because if their equipment's not being used all the time, they're going to use their equipment to rent it out to people. They're going to basically charge you for using the studio. They're going to charge you for the ads. They're going to try to upsell you on different packages. Well, we can market your brand. We can do all this stuff like that. So, and my whole thing is with podcasts and startups, like they're done from the house. Who's paying money to go out and do this when you don't have an audience? Like if you're starting out, you won't have an audience.
The beginner that doesn't know any better.
Yeah, and this is literally someone who has to have a capital, and they're trying to create a business right off the jump. And
I think the other thing you're going to pay for with them is you're going to get advertisement. It's going to get pushed. It's going to be on the radio station.
But it is a radio station going to push a podcast?
Are they guaranteed?
They have multiple stations. Yes. Yeah.
Granted, it could be.
They have a talk station. They have a talk station.
Yeah, but it could be because it's their thing that they would push it. But I don't know, man. Like, because it's expensive enough when you're doing it from home. They're not going to
make money. They're going to make money from people paying to use the studio and the equipment. But they're also going to be tied into the viewership and making money off of that too.
Yeah,
so
but
there's no way they're not going.
What's that contract going to look like? Like we're going to give you this many viewers if you get this many viewers and you're making a profit off your podcast. What are they going to take from you?
And if you're not doing well, they're going to cut you off at the knees.
Exactly.
The other side, I'll play devil's advocate. This equipment is expensive. You're renting their space. Their equipment breaks, they're fixing it, not you.
That's
right.
true.
I mean,
so from a beginner standpoint, it's smart, but
it all depends on the deal itself.
Correct. How much is it going to cost you?
Like we know, it's not cheap to do this. That's why we're doing what we're doing now. And for those that are listening, we are taking sponsors. So if you go over to ndtpodcast.com and you click on our sponsors tab, you can see the different packages that we are offering for our sponsorships. It is very cheap, and the sponsorships last for a full month. So make sure you get on over there and check it out. So
and now also with them, you're probably FCC regulated.
That was two things I was going to say. Sarah hit the nail on the head. They probably going to own your episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
belongs to us.
You gotta abide by the FCC regulations. You do that once you're done. Huge fines. It's not worth it.
First, so I just want to share that stat. So the FM, that 92%, 65% of that happens between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m.
Ooh,
Driving to
weird.
work.
How does that? Yeah, wow. That was going to be my other point. Is if
Get
you
the news
want
in
to
your
get those
ear.
numbers,
What the fuck did you
wow, wow, that's crazy. So that was going to be one of my points is that vehicles come equipped with a radio, and it's your default radio, FM radio. So when people want to hop in a car and drive down the road, and they don't feel like connecting their
cars
phone via
anymore
Bluetooth,
connect,
yeah. But how many? But
and most
and
people will listen to their phone rather than the radio.
But it's a
unless you have like a
generational
5-minute ride to work.
It's a generational thing. And how many older vehicles are still on the road? Some people only have the option of listening to FM radio. I feel like that's where a lot of the numbers come from. So, I mean, I think these radio stations are understanding that the world's progressing and we're doing things a lot differently now. But you know,
I'm not saying that's not part of it, but part of it has to be what we do. It has to.
Well,
They weren't fucking thinking about
yeah.
this a year ago. Not
It's
a
a
fucking
reason-
shot.
You won't see a steady decline in them just for the fact that, like you said, they are in every vehicle. So you won't see that downhill spike that happens with a decline in viewership, because it's always going to be there.
Yes. I don't know, but yeah, like Justin said, that's what got me. Is it's been this whole timeline of events to me. And again, I'm probably thinking too highly of us, and that's probably not what it is. But
It's
I mean,
it's not
part
just
of it.
us.
Part of it is that
Yeah.
it has to be. They see somebody local doing it on their own and being moderately successful.
moderately, yeah.
It's a whole
And they're
community
like,
that's doing this now, though.
We haven't
Yeah.
heard about this. Plus, I mean, we have talked to said company about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, there's no shot.
He's tiptoeing.
Yeah. Listen,
I'm so
trying.
proud of
I'm
you.
trying.
Justin's being
So proud of
being
you.
good. Justin's being
I'm
good because
trying.
You know you have
because
to be.
I'm going to
proud of you.
reiterate. I'm going to reiterate because maybe they see it. And if they see it, guys, I enjoy. Yes. No, I invite you to join us. See, I'm combining words now because I get worked up thinking about certain things. I invite you to join us and chat with us live. It doesn't take much to join us on here. I would love to get some radio personalities on here. And I'd love to talk about the direction of media nowadays, like where it's going in the future. Where it started, the beginning of radio, the beginning of your careers, any of that stuff. So if anybody from a local radio station happens to be watching or seeing this or hearing this, or maybe you guys are friends with somebody that's in radio, by all means, reach out to us and ask about coming on our show because we would love to have you.
Can you back up from your camera? Because it's really weird right now. You're
Me?
like
I can't.
you were
My
just,
camera's
like,
all the way out there.
calling
Like-
them out.
You
There, that's better.
leaned in. You went.
You so
I
thank
did
you.
no such thing.
Thank you. I'm not the only one that noticed that, but you were like, come on.
Oh, I stared, bro.
You did. It was
can't-
creepy.
Hey, man, listen.
He got caught
It's a
up. in the
call out
moment.
without being a call out. I would just love to talk because what the hell? What the hell? And I'd like to know what they think of our show because I know some have seen it. I know
We're
some
too
have seen
crude
it.
for them.
And yeah, and that's that. Well, yeah, I don't want them
And
to be a part
if
of
you
this.
ask them to look at it, they're going to look at it from a more professional
Are we-
standpoint, a stereotypical professional
I was
standpoint.
just saying, are we not professional enough?
In our own
Mm,
way, we are.
Maybe they should watch the sports show. Look at there it is. It's
For
like
what
creepy.
we're trying to create, yes.
Back up, Dahmer.
We're different. We're different, and you know what? I thrive
But
on
from a
being different.
stereotypical, like, professional standpoint, no, they want nothing to do with this.
We,
Yeah, you know,
so
and it's not
unorthodox.
like I think that.
We would get
Look-
denied.
Yeah,
We
I don't
could
think-
offer double to rent and use the studio, and
they'd
we would
still
get
say no.
denied.
They would be afeared of us. They would be afeared.
Keep working
Um,
hard, Corey. You can be just like me.
Like if we walked into church, the place would catch on fire.
Probably.
Or we'd break something on accident. They'd say we did on purpose.
We're good with that. Oh my God, man. I don't know. again, you know, I always wanted to be in radio or be in media of some sort.
You
You know,
are.
I was gonna go to college for communications. I was gonna get a communications degree and try to be in radio or try to be in a magazine.
You did go to college for communications.
I did, and look where that got me.
You did go to college for
I did.
communications.
I ended up changing my major so that I could, you know, stay closer to home and be with my, you know, future wife. So, but that's neither here nor there. I don't know. You know, it's God damn it, Aaron. You had to get me all fired up first thing this morning.
Robbie, we're not giving that belt away. It's just mine. That's it.
Here we go.
That's
There
it. It'll look really good right back there. That's mine.
I found my thought again, and it's the last thing I'll say on the subject because it's gonna eat at me. But it's not like I think that video podcasts are a new thing. I do kind of think that the style of show that we do is a little bit different and a little bit new. Like people do live shows, people do shit like this, but not so many. There aren't many shows out there that involve the viewers like we do, that try to build community like we do. And that's my big goal for this show, is to build a community around the show and give you guys something that you can enjoy that's different. Like I said before, I mean, I said fuck Netflix, fuck Hulu. I partially mean it. Like there's only so much you can binge. There's only so much you can watch without getting bored out of your fucking mind. So we want to give you something that's a little bit different that you can go to, you can listen, you can enjoy, but you can also jump into the chat. You can have a good time interacting with us. You have a differing opinion, fucking tell us. Rip us apart if you want to. I don't care. We'll rip you apart too. And then we'll share a drink together afterwards. I'm fine with that. That's just what we want to do. We want to enjoy life a little bit. And we want to let you guys enjoy it with us.
And we like bickering.
Hooray. We do. Especially me and Justin. We love to bicker about literally everything. Because I feel like every time I have an opinion, Justin's is different.
You're wrong.
Touche. We finally agreed on something.
No, I'm telling him he's wrong. I don't disagree with everything he says.
Oh, I thought you said you're not wrong. Okay, I reject my statement.
Yep. See? Fuck. Anyway, anywho's it. Guys, how about WrestleMania coming up?
Hey, I like our viewership right now.
Do we?
Yeah,
Perfect.
Let's not talk WrestleMania.
Number. Which, by the way, guys, if you're in here enjoying the show, hanging out with us, having a good time, and you can hear my voice, make sure you get on over to that phone if you have stepped away from it. Get over to that computer if you have stepped away from it, and make sure that you smack that like button, because every reaction we get is super important to the show.
You mean like Gunther smacks his opponents?
Oh, good. Fuck.
Like and subscribe.
What
was that at the end?
Aaron.
It's so boring. Gunther is so boring.
Dude,
What a
he's a
boring
great wrestler.
wrestler.
He's a great wrestler.
Dude, go back and watch the match he had with Darby when he was Walter.
I don't know. I mean, I'll watch.
I don't know. I think it was GCW or something like that.
Oh man,
fucking good match.
Justin, what do you think about this Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight?
I think Mike Tyson's gonna fucking kill the kid.
Okay.
I don't think. Whatever. You can still get knocked out in headgear.
You can,
if they're actually wearing headgear.
I heard that they're taking that part away.
Oh, really? I mean, he's a pro boxer now, isn't he?
The helmet thing is going away because he's a professional.
He's a professional. He should not get one.
That's not nice to say.
So, I don't know. Everybody, I think a lot of Jake's fights have been rigged. I thought so too. I don't know if it was. I don't know which fight it was, but he clearly was knocked out and the dude held him up. I don't know. Tyson, once he goes in that ring, I don't think he can turn it off.
No.
I think he's literally saying he's doing it to just stop the kid from boxing so he can go join his brother in fucking wrestling.
Yeah, you saw that? He's like, I like the guy personally, but I'm going to knock him out and end his career. I'm going to make him never fight again. I didn't want to do the list because I didn't want to get knocked out.
Whip it ass.
There it is.
Jared doesn't care about getting knocked out. I didn't want to get knocked out, so I only did a slight impression.
And I don't know, these videos of Tyson still got it.
And the scary part is he has till July to continue getting in shape.
How old is he? 58?
And he has one of the best trainers from the UFC training him.
Dirty.
He's getting
Yeah,
sweaty.
you know, I've seen videos of him training other fighters, younger fighters, and he still moves better than these younger fighters. My only question with him is his stamina. So if he can go the whole fight, he's gonna win. But I don't think he's
Look
gonna
at the
have
shape
to.
the motherfucker's in.
What round? What round do you think he knocks Paul out in?
First round,
round.
without hesitation.
If Tyson can get, so if you watch the training, I'm not like big into boxing, but I understand it. All of Jake's punches are long. He's not making contact until he's fully extended.
And Tyson's gonna get
Everything
inside
Tyson
that
does
so
is
quick.
tight. If he can get inside, it's over. It's over fast.
The one video straight up said, "It's day 3. Do you still want to fuck with me?" It was awesome. So
Nick, I'm torn. I'm torn on thinking that because I mean I do want to think that first off, but second off, I don't know, man, because he is older. You know what? His chin can't be the same. Maybe he's still
if
as
he
quick.
gets
and still as
caught,
strong,
he
but
could
his
go
chin-
down.
Yeah, I was
If
gonna
he
say, his
gets
chin might
caught,
be
he could go down because he
more
did
glass-like.
get knocked out a couple of times later in his career.
Your body. I mean,
Like, if
your
he
body
gets-
ain't the same as you get older.
So it's like so has I don't know. I don't follow
said.
Jake Paul, but is it always somebody who's retired? Is it always somebody who's I'm not saying Mike
Yes.
Tyson's
No.
washed up, but is he going to fight somebody who is in his prime?
No,
No.
well, no, he fights
'Cause he
the
can't.
guys that aren't retired already that he fights. They're undercard, like they're nobodies. Yeah, they're
That's what I'm saying.
professional
Is he gonna-
fighters.
is
but
he
they're
going to
Has he
nobodies.
fight
fought
somebody
a
that
professional
is
boxer
in
yet?
top
Yes.
shape?
That's
Who-
not
who's a-
retired.
Yes, he has fought younger
Who?
fighters, but he has not. I don't know their names, man. I don't follow every fight, but I've seen highlights of him fighting younger people. And there's not a chance that these people are retired boxers, but they're also professional boxers that are probably just professional. He's had like 2 or 3 of them.
'Cause
I wanna see him fight
The
a ranked
majority of his
fighter.
fights are older UFC fighters who aren't known for stand-up or retired boxers.
Robbie, I love you, dude.
So let me take a minute to let you guys know that we do have a lot coming up in the next month or two. So I told you guys we do have the bowling night out. Make sure you head over to our page, check out the pinned post at the top to let us know if you want to join us at Belly Lanes in Carbondale for that night. It's going to start at 7 p.m. It's going to be cosmic bowling. You can bring your kids, bring your wife even. That's a fun time. Ladies, feel free to bring your husbands if you want to. You don't have to, but they could have a fun time, I'm sure. So bring everybody out. You get for $14, you get 2 hours worth of bowling, you get pizza, you get soda, you get your shoe rental, and you get to hang out with us. So I mean, $14 for a couple hours of fun sounds like a goddamn good time. Aside from that, we do have a bunch of giveaways going on in the next month and a half to 2 months. The big one being a Cody Rhodes American Nightmare Championship belt, replica belt, real good quality.
It's mine. It's not
His-
happening. It's mine.
That's
Buy
going to be
one.
given away WrestleMania weekend. I think it's going to be given away night 2
Buy
of
me one.
WrestleMania. We'll do the stream for that. So make sure you guys pay attention to that. We also have a couple other giveaways. One from Queen Bee Cleaning Company for 3 hours worth of cleaning. It's $150 value. John Gustafson with Gustafson and Son Towing is going to gift for us to give away a free tow and a free lockout. And guys, this is the important one. You guys need to help with this one. Jared announced that if we hit 2,000 followers, we are going to do a cash giveaway. We're going to have 2 winners for this cash giveaway. We're undecided on the amount. It will be a decent amount. You guys will be able to get yourselves dinner or something nice with it. So make sure you keep an eye out for all that stuff. You share the page with your friends so we can get to 2,000 followers. Yeah. And that about does that. Actually, Jared, if you want to play the ad that we kind of did for the No Filter Club on ndtpodcast.com, if you want to play that so that I don't have to continue rambling. It's already pre-recorded rambling.
I'd love to. Thank you, Corey.
Hey guys, I want to take a minute to tell you about the NDT No Filter Club. If you head over to our site, ndtpodcast.com, not only will you find all things NDT, you will also have the opportunity to join the No Filter Club. For just $5 a month, you can enjoy access to our blog, special live shows which will be broadcast only to the website for our No Filter Club members, behind the scenes footage, and most importantly, you get to enjoy 10% off in our store. Join the No Filter Club today. Support the show in one of the coolest ways possible. Jared had share audio on his screen, so we got the echo. Don't mind the echo; it makes it that much cooler.
I forgot about that. My bad, guys.
That's okay.
So there are a few things that we added to the site. So if you guys check it out, so I've gone through. We've added an RSS feed for the Facebook page, so you can see our Facebook posts at the bottom of the page there. A lot of people spend their time here on NDT Sports, so I'll update this. That was on Sunday, the schedule, but you can go and check other sports news down at the bottom of the sports page. And of course, if you go into the shop, all the wonderful products that Sarah has put on here. These are a favorite of people's. Aaron's Selfie Saturday.
Saturday.
But yeah, all the different products. And like I said, shoot Corey a message, Corey at ndtpodcast.com. Let us know if there's something that you want to see on the shop. There's a wide variety of products. So if you don't see one on here and you would like something with the NDT logo on it, just let us know and I can get Sarah to add it to the shop. But we are constantly putting stuff up. And we'll showcase this. We got stuff coming, so we'll showcase some of these products on stream.
Yeah, man. We got some cool stuff. I'm excited because I'm getting one of those speakers. I needed myself a Bluetooth speaker. We saw that. Jared put that in the shop. I was like, oh, hell yeah. That's really cool. So I can't wait to get that and show you guys what it's like and what the quality's like. Gonna be dope.
So can we get a men's Speedo for the Can-Do Crusher?
You want a men's Speedo with the Can-Do Crusher image on it?
Oh,
you just want a Speedo with the NDT logo for him.
That he
gotta be lime green.
And you can wear it to the next wrestling event.
Oh, baby.
You can fight Meatball. You could both do the stink face.
Make it a full singlet.
Oh, dude.
Time out. Time out. First off, my name Borat. Second off, did you see what Tommy put in chat? That Bovada has Jake Paul as a favorite.
A lot of people going to make some money on this.
It just takes one shot for Tyson. If
Bro,
he gets inside,
at that point,
time,
I'll put a paycheck on Tyson. Fuck that.
There's two words in that thing that bother me though. Unregulated offshore. Bullshit. Don't book with them.
He probably already does.
But Tommy knows much more about this shit than I do. But I still think that Tyson's.
I don't know, man. If he's a favorite, then I really feel like it's gonna be rigged. I feel like they're just in it to make some cash. I really do. Oh, but Tommy
Why
says
does
you're
Tyson
right.
need it? He's got a whole weed shop.
He's got everything. But you know how much money they're going to make off of
where he
that fight,
sells gummies shaped like Evander Holyfield's fucking ear.
That is the coolest fucking thing ever, man. I love that. That is so great. Justin, did you see what we shared on the sports show yesterday? The UFC fighter that got bit?
Oh, I didn't see it on that. I saw something about it, but
yeah, but I was gonna say, did you see it anywhere? Dude, that bite mark,
that was deep.
That was ridiculous. Yeah. You could have made some Invisalign braces out of that shit. That was wild.
Jared, I have to stop watching your
I knew that.
Show us all, baby. We got to know why Aaron's laughing. So show the people. Go ahead. Show them what you're making.
Hold on. Let me upload this.
I have to expand this screen so I don't see what's
Christine,
going on.
We're going to discuss it because we have an opportunity to do a live stream, a watch party where we're not going to be able to broadcast the fight naturally, but we will be able to go live from a local venue, local shop that has offered up their space. And I think we might take them up on that, but we got to discuss it a little bit more. And then we'll get that information out to you guys.
Yep.
But if we do that, we can invite people to come watch it with us in person as well as on stream.
Tommy just
Aaron?
put something in chat that's very new to me. You
What's
can
that?
bet on Call of Duty matches?
You can bet on anything.
What the fuck?
You're surprised by that, but you're not surprised by the fact that people can bet on a predetermined outcome, such as WWE events. Scripted events you can bet on. That's crazy to me.
You ready for this?
I'm ready. Show us,
I don't like the color.
Jared, what we're doing. Do we put it in the shop, people? Do we put this in the shop?
Yes. Justin, we will have listen. I'm going to put this to a contest. We'll see who sells more selfie stick t-shirts compared to Can Do Crusher merchandise.
I mean, we have the option of the milk jug too. I feel like that one would sell.
The milk can man. I won't stand a chance against the milk can man, though.
Listen, I need royalties off of that. That's my actual face.
We don't do royalties. I do think we all should do an AI image to put on the site. But you got to understand, we don't do
that
royalties.
can be arranged.
We can't do royalties. We're not that rich. They need a cattail on the back. Is there going to be a plug at the end of that tail?
Don't.
Jesus.
Don't. Just don't.
It means there needs to be a flap in the back.
Can we get some plugs in the shop? FCC
oh
be
my
damned.
God.
This is why we're better than FM radio, okay?
This is stuff that we put on the
We're gonna have
website.
to make it rated
on the
X
in the No
fucking
Filter Club
logo.
NC-17. You gonna name the plugs Grimace?
That's going to be the best part about the No Filter Club. So as soon as we start getting some members rolling in there, we're going to start doing live shows for you guys only that we will get into some crazier topics, and we'll probably be a little bit more unhinged for those shows, just so you guys can get.
It's not going to be on YouTube. It's not going to be on any platform. Just straight on the website. It's literally why we call it the No Filter Club. It's nothing is going to be held back on these shows.
Yep. Yeah, and we're actually considering giving behind-the-scenes looks into our pre-show. Yeah. So that could be a fun option for everybody if you want to see what we do beforehand.
You guys think this is bad? You should see us when no one's watching.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, guys. Imagine the plug size he'd need after pizza and chocolate. What the fuck? I love this place. This place is wonderful. All right. So do we have anything else that we want to address before we head out for the night?
No, I'm done.
Any other dirty jokes we need to tell?
Nope.
No. Okay. So, guys, like I informed you, if you missed anything that I spoke of, go back and listen again. Lots going on. Visit our page. Visit our website. And it's super important. Visit the website, ndtpodcast.com. The next show we are going to have is Sunday morning. We're going to do Sunday again. We're going to go back to 11. We're going to go to stick with noon. What are we doing?
We'll put an announcement out this week. We're toying with the time.
Yeah. Toying with the time for the sports show, guys. So be on the lookout for an announcement to be made as to what time that show will be on Sunday. And then our usual nonsense and fuckery Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until next week, everybody, please continue all the great work you're doing in the Facebook group. See you guys.
Later.
All right, y'all. It's the Nonsense and Deep Thoughts Podcast.